Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and welcome back to another Dark Park Film Reviews. And today is video 2 on the Silent Night's Bloody Frights video. And today I have a special guest. So this is also kind of a part 2 with Phillip Trickey right over there, OGP. And today is Friday the 13th, so he's got his awesome mask on. And his Jason mask, and let people know what's on the mask there. What's going on with that?
Okay. The mask is signed here by Harry Manfredini. Over here, Kane Hodder. Let's get a little bit of glare there. Who also wrote 7, 8, 9, and X. And it's also signed by Tom Savini.
Nice.
So these two fellows I met at Days of the Dead out there in Vegas and got them to sign it. Harry signed this at Dark Delicacies. Brendan Wet Movie 1 got it signed for me, along with the Friday the 13th soundtrack, signed by Harry, who I could have gotten him to sign this at a later date when we sat down and watched a movie together. Harry Manfredini and I did. Yeah.
Hello.
So, but this is very cool to have those three absolute legends. And if there was more space, maybe I would consider getting like CJ or one of the other Jasons or somebody else on there. But those three are perfect. You can't ask for more on this mask. So there it is there in honor of Friday the 13th. And what we should be talking about, because as everybody's watching this, is Saturday the 14th. But I don't own a copy of that. So unfortunately,
I don't own a copy of it either. I have a burn of the first one and the second one. Saturday the 14th Strikes Back.
I've never seen that.
So for people to know, so I just got done being on Phillip's live video over on his channel, and now he's over on my video, which is not, it's pre-recorded, but I'm going to put a link down below to his video because this is kind of like a part 2. So on his video, we looked at what we own for Friday the 13th. Then we looked at, we also looked at the AXEMAS movies. And then we looked at his collection of Christmas films, like Christmas slasher movies and horror films. And then his list for like his top 10. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole thing over there about that. So I don't want to really duplicate that. So I don't think we're going to get really into the Friday the 13th stuff, except that this video is being recorded on Friday the 13th. So,
good call.
You know, yeah. So there's no reason to repeat everything. If you guys want to watch that, click on the link below and check it out over on OGP. And then, so both of us get a little bit of that, you know, that,
that YouTube cheddar.
I get nothing, but that's okay. I just like doing this with my hand. So,
you can pretend that you're.
Yeah, it could be a small violin.
Yeah,
it could be my. You know,
it's the you've scratched your balls and it's the ball cheese you're rubbing off your finger now.
Oh God, yeah, it's very possible.
I just took it to a deep, dark level where you would probably lose your monetization anyways if you had.
The whole room should be going dark right now.
But if they know me, they know me, and that's what you get.
Yes, there you go. And Phillip's been on a few times, and so you guys should know him by now. And you know, hopefully people who subscribe to me subscribe to him. People that subscribe to him will hopefully subscribe to me, so we can just kind of do this back and forth thing. Now, what I did on the previous video is I just looked at a certain group of Christmas movies. So that would be the Silent Night's Bloody Frights Part 1 video, which I'll also put a link down there, even though it's just right over there. And so I looked at my entire Silent Night, Bloody Night. I'm sorry, that's a totally different movie. Silent Night, Bloody. I keep saying bloody. Silent Night, Deadly Night collection. So we looked at the figures, Blu-rays, DVDs, all that stuff. And then after that, I went into detail with the AXEMAS stuff because it's shameless self-promotion.
Gotta do it.
And after that, went into the Silent Night, Bloody Night movies. And I have to make an odd correction on one of them when we get to my list.
Okay.
So, so these are not in really any order. These are just films that I have picked out of my collection that are either Christmas related, winter related. They could be Santa Claus Killer related. And so I just went through my whole collection since I'm rearranging the apartment and put anything that dealt with Christmas, winter, Santa into one big pile.
Nice.
And like I mentioned to you before we started, I've actually redone almost this entire pile because you're my guest and there's particular reasons why I have here what I have. So there's 12 days of Christmas, but we're on Friday the 13th. So I have 13 Christmas horror movies with one honorable mention.
Nice. So it's like a baker's dozen there for the 12.
Yes. And as Forrest Gump says, Daddy always told me that you don't know what you're going to get in a box of donuts. So that's what he said. And
is that how that goes? Is that how that goes?
That's exactly how that goes. Yes.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. So we'll start with I have 2 Blu-rays and then the rest are all DVDs.
All right.
This is one that was mentioned a few times on your show. So when I was moving stuff out and about, what do you think it is?
Well, let me ask you a question first. Are these just random movies you own? This is not like a top favorite list or anything?
No, these are just, I picked these for particular reasons, but it's not a top 10 or anything.
Ooh, and so something that we mentioned on the other show.
It was brought up a few times.
Is it Terrifier 3?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, is that out already?
Not yet.
Something brought up a few times. Black Christmas?
No.
I don't know. My brain hurts. I'm giving up.
Better watch out.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, we did. That did come up several times, and I do not own that. My thoughts on that were like, it was okay. If I find it for the right price, I will buy it. But I didn't want to spend like $15 on it, which is what I was seeing it for.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like Home Alone, but with but at Christmas time. Well, I guess Home Alone is at Christmas time. So
yeah,
it's like Home Alone, but God, if you tell anything about the movie, it ruins the twist.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. You know, with the babysitter aspect, right? She is a babysitter, right?
Home Alone, but with a babysitter aspect. Yeah, that's okay. That doesn't give anything away.
And Macaulay wants to pork the babysitter.
Yes. So it does come with stuff in it, like it has this little postcard, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and it's got
I like the cheesy sweater logo or cover there on the disc.
Yeah, guns, knives, axes, and then there's some blood right down here.
Decent.
And over there.
Nice.
Yeah. So this was a good one, and so I am happy that I own it. I don't know if I bought it new. I probably bought it used, but
it does have nice artwork. I do enjoy the artwork for that film.
Yeah, and this is so when you buy it, it says collectible holiday card inside. So I wonder if that's on the regular. No, so it's not listed here, but it's on here.
Okay.
So don't buy it at Zia, as you found out on your video. You only have disc 1 of a 2-disc. So,
I know,
which really sucks. Now this next one, I don't think you've heard of at all.
Oh.
And I am a huge zombie fan. Love zombies.
Mm.
Looking forward to that 28 years later. Not looking forward to 28 years later part 2 because of who's directing it. Thank you, Danny Boyle. It's supposed to be a trilogy. Yeah. You know who's directing part 2? The chick who directed the Marvels.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The biggest, except for Kraven the Hunter, which they said is going to do less than Madam Web, because that, that's Sony. I think Marvels, is still the lowest grossing Disney like Marvel movie. So for some reason, she also did the remake of Candyman that I loved. And then when I saw the Marvels, I went, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then it was Critical Drinker. I was like, no. It was Nerdrotic who goes, and they're making a part 2. And trust me, you don't want to know who's directing it. I immediately and went, no.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks a fat one. You know what? But hey, maybe she will impress us. Can't be any worse than Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, a film that I liked. Oh.
Shots fired.
Oh, yes. That's a whole other video. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is a zombie movie. Obviously, it takes place at Christmas. And I've watched this a few times. I like it. It's got a good cast. And that is
I've never heard of
it. Zombie Night.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is that Christian Slater or a wannabe Christian Slater on there?
No, their names are not up here. So it's
that's funny.
Vernon Wells, Road Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
Felicia Rose, so Sleepaway Camp.
Okay.
And Lou Temple.
Oh, I got Lou's autograph right here. Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so, Lou was like the Devil's Rejects.
He's worked with Rob Zombie, yeah. That I remember.
Yeah.
And this is it's LA, I believe, and it's these two cops. She's married to one of them, but had like an affair with the other guy. So it's this love triangle that takes place at her house while the zombie apocalypse is happening in LA.
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. And it takes place like around Christmas. So
that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like something I would definitely check out. Yeah. That's cool.
I don't know if I agree with this review, though. It does say director Kane, because it's Sean Kane, has out-Romero'd George Romero.
No. Yeah, I hate when they... Yeah.
Okay, the other review is this tops Zombieland. No. It's good, but no.
Silent Night, Zombie Night is what it's called?
Yeah. This Christmas, you are the holiday feast.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right. Let me open
but
up.
It's worth owning. I liked it.
My handy,
oh my God. I forgot about this. I just noticed this.
What's that?
Special makeup effects. Tom Devlin.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Nice. Another reason to own it.
Yes, definitely. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, a week before Christmas, a viral breakout turns the citizens of Los Angeles into The Walking Dead. So definitely worth it.
Do we have a year that came out?
2011.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm very particular with my list now, where I write, like substance, the 2024 horror, so I know what section to look for it in the movie stores. So
makes sense.
Yes.
Now, this is the one that I believe you did a review for, but you may not know it under this title. So I have it under both titles, but I'm only counting it as one.
Okay.
So I helped with crowdfunding. I did a one filmmaker with this director. He now lives in Las Vegas. And I helped with this, Stirring. Do you have any idea what the other title of this is for?
Red Christmas? Oh no.
My God, look at that description. Look how long that is.
Yeah, that is a lot.
It also
No.
so Brink Stevens is in it. And I got some. Oh, and then this is how it was sent. So this was because I got the perk. So it's that, and then he sent this. This is the director, and he said thanks for the support on the back.
Okay.
So it is a film that I enjoyed, but this is not the film that I interviewed him for. Wild Eye Releasing picked it up, changed the title. I think if they did this now, they would add Krampus to it. But
oh, I don't remember it that well, but I do remember watching Mrs. Claus. Yeah.
You were not kind. You were not kind. As I'm sure it was probably you and Fluffy that did it, but it is not kind. Yeah, nothing inside. So, but we'll. But,
if I don't like a movie, I like to be as honest. I you know, years ago as a reviewer, I would
did I open this one?
I don't want to say that I would lie about movies, but I would not point out you know, how terrible some things were. And so I like to just be as honest as possible. And sometimes that is being brutally honest. And that's unfortunately, that's just what you get from me. So, yeah. So, I mean, no offense, but, what are you going to do? Oh yeah. Mrs. Claus drunken movie review from 2021. Oh yes. My description, I say, we watched this here, air quote, movie about a group of college students attending a Christmas party at a sorority house that has a sinister past and are stalked by a bloodthirsty killer disguised as Mrs. Claus.
Okay,
and that's all I got to say about that.
A description.
Yeah, that's all I wrote about him on there. So, what are you gonna do?
Well, and the director is Troy S. Kamala, and he also directed like Party Night,
Troy Escamilla,
Teacher Shortage, Escamilla, and me with my great pronunciations.
His movies are fucking terrible. I'm sorry.
Party Night, Mrs. Claus, Teacher Shortage, and Hollow Lake. So that's sorry, okay. I think I believe I even helped out with Party Night. I think I did crowdfunding for Party Night also.
And we
so
late one evening, OGP and the Fluffy Gamer were scrolling through the Tubi app and came across a film starring the lovely Tommy Vegas. They proceeded to crack open a frosty adult beverage and view this particular flick. Here are our thoughts. Don't watch this video if you don't want to see the complete destruction of the movie Party Night. So that you're talking about the one with Tommy Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Okay,
sorry, Troy. So, nothing personal. Not a fan of the flicks.
Yeah.
Just keeping it real.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, and his movies are low budget, but I've enjoyed them, and they can be hit and miss, just like anybody's. But yeah. It's funny is I think I ordered this from him, and he signed it here and here, so I got double the autograph.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And then so this is one, maybe you've heard of this one or not, but it's more of takes place around Christmas and the holidays and snow and all that. I really like this movie, and it's got a great behind the scenes because they show you how they make the movie, which a lot of this is, I guess, green screens, but it's Shredder.
Huh. It's obviously a skiing movie. That sounds so familiar. You are My
Yeah.
glasses are over there. Ah.
Yeah, so he's a because there's another film called Iced but they're both like killer ski movies. But yeah, he's a death to snowboarders, and he's got the whole ski thing going, like the mask, so that the wind doesn't, turn his skin red. But yeah, he goes around killing everybody. He's got like an axe, and this is Greg Hudson, but it's got deleted scenes. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it's not behind the scenes. It's deleted scenes where I think there's like a hot tub scene and there's like a green screen set up. And it was interesting because I would think that this wouldn't have that for this type of movie, but it looks like they were green screening stuff too. But the slopes are killer. But this is one that I definitely recommend. So I really enjoyed Shredder. So let's go to a picture there. This one is well, I guess these are all mostly indies. This is kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde movie. And I think I spoke with the director of this, which is how I got it. But it's called Once Upon a Time at Christmas.
Oh. That's cool looking.
So it's kind of like a Joker, Harley Quinn, or Bonnie and Clyde. And so it's supposed to be meet Santa and Mrs. Claus. He's a one-eyed fiend. She's a curvy, bat-swinging blonde. This serial... Oh, it's also like Natural Born Killers. The serial killer couple is terrorizing the holidays in upstate New York. So I thought that this was pretty good. Oh,
okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Hold on. Once upon a time at Christmas. Hold on here. Holding. I got to look at the writer on this. Wait a minute.
Holding.
Holding pattern, please. Holding.
We're holding. What's our vector, Victor?
Okay.
Over, under. Roger.
Shit, it is. Okay, so the writer of one of the writers of Once Upon a Time, it is. This is one of the writers of The Mousetrap, Simon Phillips, who also played the killer in The Mousetrap, who I just interviewed him and the director for The Mousetrap for One Filmmaker.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I had no idea that he worked on this. I'm learning things all the time. First Tom Devlin, and now Simon Phillips for wow. Okay. All righty. Cool. Okay, so this is one that you showed, and I didn't want to pull it out because I want both of us to be all gaga over it.
Oh.
And you have the same collection as I do, and that would be Jaws: The Revenge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, Jaws 4, it's a Christmas movie. I don't want to hear nothing about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's a freaking Christmas movie. They got Christmas lights. They got a Christmas parade or something going on there in town. It's phenomenal. And it's the Christmas magic, the spirit of Christmas that allows sharks to smell blood 2,000 miles away.
That's right. And go from cold water to warm water, from what I understand, and be able to outswim a plane. And the book deals with voodoo and mobsters, and I wish that they had made the book because the shark is brought up is done through voodoo.
Yeah, man. Telling you, I would love that if they added all that stuff that, like, I remember when you were telling me about the book, I would fucking love that. Like the plane being like a drug, drug runner or something like that. Like, 'cause, I mean, it's right there.
He
Why would this dude have a plane like he does? He's got to be a drug runner, right?
Yeah, and that's Michael Caine. And when they ask him what he does for a living, he goes, "I deliver laundry." That's drug money. That's drugs.
Yeah.
He's a drug
Laundered money.
dealer.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mafia stuff in the book.
Mm.
There's I guess like an actual like a witch doctor that sends the shark after the Brodies. And none of that stuff is in the movie. This is directed by Joseph Sargent, who did one of the greatest movies ever made, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 from the 70s.
I love that. Oh yeah.
That is
I would like
Robert.
Yeah. I like the remake too. You can hate
The
on it if you
remake
want,
was
but
okay.
Yeah.
Tony Scott with Denzel Washington. It wasn't bad. But to get Joseph Sargent to do, I mean, like, wow, that's in most people's eyes, that is a fall. Yeah. But I love that you could, with the shark, that you could see where it's put together. Like you actually see the line down the shark. Yeah. And then from time to time, because they didn't do it correctly, you could see the mechanism that it's on. Yeah. It's way too clear. Like they should have muddied up the water or something like that. And the shark roars at the end.
It's no worse than that joke of the effects in part 3 when the little submarine thing.
Some of those in part 3 are so bad, like when it just stops and it's looking in the window and then it goes forward and that's when it shatters out in 3D.
Yeah,
so awful.
It's pretty rough. But ooh ee ooh ah ah bing bang walla walla wing bang. You said witch doctor. Sorry, I had to.
Okay, fair enough. So, but then I'll leave with this, that this is the movie that Michael Caine bought a house with, and he only did it for for the money, and he missed his Academy Award for Hannah and Her Sisters, the Woody Allen movie, because he was filming Jaws: The Revenge to get that paycheck to buy a house.
Wasn't the house for his mom or something, or was it just for him?
It might have been for his mom, maybe.
He bought a house for his mom with that money.
Yeah, so, okay. So he bought it for somebody. Yeah, it might have been himself, his mom, but yeah, he definitely bought a house with that check.
That's cool.
This has 3 movies on it. I remember them all being horrible.
Uh-oh.
And this is from SRS Video, which is Ron Bonk's company. I don't think you can find this anymore. I believe this is out of print, and it's called Silent Night, Gory Night, Holiday Horror Triple Feature. And it has on it Christmas Season Massacre, Satan Claus, and Psycho Santa.
Psycho Santa's, that's a cool name. I mean, they're all kind of cool names, but SRS, man, sometimes they hit or miss, unfortunately. Again, not to hate or anything, but just to be keeping it real.
Yeah, I don't buy everything from them. And I just remember, 3 heartwarming, then heart-ripping feature-length tales. 3 heartwarming and then heart-ripping feature-length tales for the holidays.
That's funny. Okay.
So there we go. So
a little play on words or something right there. Yeah.
Yeah. In the Spirit of Black Christmas, Silent Night, Deadly Night, part 1 through infinity. Oh, making another joke. So this came out in 2008, but I just remember this being awful. And I only got it because it was like a Christmas thing. So, but I'll never get rid of it because I don't think you can find it again. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. You know what? I got movies that I'm like, there's no chance in hell I'm ever watching this again, but I'm not getting rid of it.
No.
So I
got a big box in my closet of duplicates and other movies that are like from these type of companies that either they came in like a collection, you know, for $20, get 10 movies, that type of thing. But maybe I had like 3 or 4 of them. I'm not selling any of this type of stuff, because this is the stuff that really goes out of print, and there's no, you know, it's got a barcode, but I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, Zia Records doesn't give me any money for this.
Yeah.
And if this ever breaks, then at least I have another copy, type of thing. So
yeah, and that's the thing. Finding that stuff, you could, maybe you could find it at you know, on Tubi to watch or something. Maybe you could watch it on YouTube someday. But to have a physical copy, especially the stuff that is not ever going to be available at places even like Zia Records, you can't let that stuff go, because you will never find it again.
Right. And I made that mistake. I needed money, and I got rid of a lot of the independent stuff and kept the Hollywood stuff, and now I can't find it again. So it really sucks.
I usually just wind up sucking dick for crack when I need money.
Dude, good idea. Why didn't I think of that? You got to cup it, or maybe, you know.
That was
These
me beginning.
Are the days.
I can't remember the rest of that song of. I don't even remember the name of the fucking show right now. What was it? Danny Tanner.
Danny Tanner. What's Danny Tanner?
Man, you want to talk about getting old. Part of it's Diet Coke. Diet Coke apparently kills your memory.
Should I look up Danny Tanner?
Full House. The show Full House. Danny Tanner, aka Bob Saget.
Oh, okay. Never watched it.
Yeah.
So okay.
But when you have to go out of your way to explain jokes, I have failed. But remember the movie that Bob Saget was in, when they're talking about doing drugs, and they're talking, but it's weed, and then Bob Saget stands up and he's like, "Weed's not a drug. I once sucked dick for crack," or something like that. So that was my joke.
I think that's Entourage. In Entourage, he plays the neighbor of one of the main guys, and he's like a sex fiend and drug fiend.
I've never seen Entourage, but I have seen this movie. I think it's some comedy movie or something.
Okay.
But anyhow, you know what I am very, very, very good at is getting onto tangents. And I have taken us down a rabbit hole here. Sorry.
All right, so we're going to get out of that rabbit hole with this movie. I am absolutely positive you've never heard of. So,
okay,
this is Alan Maxim, and Alan, I've interviewed twice for one filmmaker. He is a friend.
Half Baked. Sorry, it was Half Baked.
Oh, never seen it.
Oh,
never seen it.
That's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, Half Baked with about Jim Brewer, Dave Chappelle. It's amazing.
Never seen it.
Okay, watch it.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Sorry. Okay.
So Alan, he was one of the heads in Godzilla King of the Monsters for King Ghidorah. So he's like Andy Serkis in a way, that he is a motion character actor. He does regular acting too, but he does these golem type things and all of that. And
that's my arm. It's not going to be focused. That's Andy Serkis over there on the wall as Gollum, his autograph.
Oh, nice.
And that's my face. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Way too close. Way too closer. But he made this movie that I heard was absolutely awful. Beyond awful. Okay. And I found it. And I watched it. And I loved it. It is the craziest, most insane movie that while I was watching it, I was taking my phone and taking pictures of it off the TV so then I could hold it up while I'm interviewing him and I could show who's ever watching what I'm talking about. It is, I love this thing. I don't care what people say. Even Miranda said it was awful. And it is Christmas with Cookie. This is so batshit insane that it really has to be seen to be understood.
I have not reviewed that. It does not sound familiar to me. Interesting.
So in the year 3978, global warming has made a desert of the North Pole. Santa and Mrs. Claus battle angry skeletons who didn't get what they wanted for Christmas. Evil aliens try to take over the world, and a giant abominable snowman wants Santa for his next meal. This sci-fi Christmas comedy is narrated by over-the-top, funny, and rude elf named Cookie.
I tried to watch that and I couldn't get through it. Maybe I'll have to give it another shot. I think it was like a Tubi watch or something. And looking, let's see, it's on Plex, Roku, Tubi. It is on Tubi. I tried to watch that. I just didn't get through it.
I had to interview him immediately. I'm just like, I have to interview. I gotta, and I know some people who knew him, so they put me in contact with him, and I really like, interviewing Alan. I thought that he's really good. So, and plus I think he's a good actor too. Outside of the motion capture stuff. So yeah, Christmas with Cookie. Maybe give it a second shot. Maybe give it another cookie, and go into it knowing it's batshit crazy, that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it now. So some of these are because I like Ron Bonk. I know him. Alan, I know him. So some of these, of course, Mrs. Claus, I know him. Same thing with the next movie. So this is a friend of mine. What's that?
Here's a so Alan Maxon.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I don't know. Irregardless, did you know he was in Meat Hook Massacre 6?
Yes, he has been in a couple Dustin Ferguson films. Yes, he's I think he's maybe in 3 of them.
Okay.
He plays, I want to say, like the Blood Beast in that Moon of the Blood Beast thing that he did, which is a sequel. Yeah, but that's also how I know him, is that he was in a couple Ferguson films. So,
and he was in Xenophobia, apparently. Okay.
Oh, Joe Castro. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, no, interesting. I just was looking to see if I knew anything else, that he's done or anything. Looks like he's done some Asylum stuff too, but so all par for the course.
Yeah, he is one of those where I told him the reason why I stopped watching the Academy Awards, among other reasons, is because they really need to do a special category for like the for his type of acting, for that motion, control acting, where Andy Serkis should have won an Academy Award for Golem. And and now that's what he does. And I've put other actors in there too. And even the what's his face who played Darth Maul, even though it's not motion capture, but he's a stunt man with makeup, and these people need to be more recognized than just an actor. Like this is like a special category. So which they don't, and I'm just like, fuck that. Andy Serkis should have won. And I told Alan, I'm like, you should win for some of this stuff, like low budget type of stuff. So
he was in quite possibly the worst movie of all time. Of all time. So we recently did a review of I talked about on my channel too, the Thanksgiving movies, but we did a Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel with Master Chaos, myself, Bullet Blake, Mel wasn't there, but Professor Cinema was there. Thanksgiving 3 was the first movie in the history of the Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel to get a perfect 0 score from all of us. And yes, Alan is in Thanksgiving 3.
Oh, I did not know that.
fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Hey, I mean, like, that movie is so bad. That's one to kind of hang your hat on. Like, I was in the worst movie of all time.
Wow.
Although, I mean, here's the thing, though. There's movies that guys whose names rhyme with Schmushton Durgerson that aren't really movies. It's just dog shit thrown against the wall trying to sell some copies. That's not really a movie. It's just bullshit. But for an actual movie, an actual put together project that isn't just some dipshit walking in the woods for an hour, a real movie, it's pretty fucking bad. But I mean, like, yeah, that Schmushton Pergerson guy, and his movies are all worse than Thanksgiving. So,
oh wow, well, he will be brought up a little bit later. So,
oh, lovely. Okay, fun.
Yes. So now the next one is I am friends with the director. I've been in some of his films.
I'll be nice.
I've helped fund a thank you. I've helped fund a couple of them. And he was a bucket list director because he did a film called Dark Shade Creek, which I really enjoyed. So I got to be in part 4. And so he made a film called Winter Wasteland. And that is David Mackey. And you probably have not heard of it or him. His girlfriend, Mia Custer, is in it. And she's like producer and all that type of stuff on it too.
Okay.
And David has made a fair amount of films, and I've been involved in a few of them. Okay. This is a little thing for a fake place in the movie, so he put some in here for me.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, so Winter Wasteland. I think this is one of his more, I would say, mature movies. I think that he kind of moved up a level when he made this. It wasn't just simply blood and gore. There was actually a story to it. And so I enjoyed it quite a bit. He hasn't made a film in a while, so I'm waiting for him to do something. But yeah, I like his movies. And thanks to me, he now has a drone that he can use. So I sent him some money to buy a drone, and he bought a drone. So
oh wow,
footage.
Wow, drones are not cheap, sir.
Yeah, I had like my income tax came back a little bit bigger than what it was, and I said, hey, I want to send you some money to for your next film, and he went out and bought a drone with it. So
wow,
yeah,
nice.
So yeah. This next film I do have a very personal connection with. And it is, and you had mentioned a film called The Nutcracker Massacre.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this is Nutcracker, An American Nightmare. Brain Damage brought this one out.
Ah, sounds so familiar.
Did I show? I think I showed the
Nutbag. Yes, I don't own it.
Oh. So this is with David Hess.
Huh.
My friend Glenn Griefey made this. This is shot in Marin County through College of Marin. This is one of the 2 film schools I went to, and it's all shot in the Bay Area, San Francisco, Marin, and I was lucky to work on it. So I got to work with David Hess for a few days. I was a set designer on it for with another person. We did some stuff for a flashback to a Christmas when one of the characters is a little kid. I did a few things on this. I think I did like 3 different things on it. But the best thing on this is I did get to work with and hang out with David Hess.
Nice.
So
that's Nutcracker, An American Nightmare.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's 2006 Brain Damage Films. Sadly, there's some of the stuff that's listed as special features is not on here.
Yeah.
It's like they did it in advance and then couldn't. Yeah, like the making of Nutcracker is not on. I don't think it's on here. And I mentioned that to Glenn. But yeah,
I see a lot of Brain Damage films at Zia. I'll have to keep my eye out.
They bring out some decent stuff. Julie Cruz, she sings some of the songs in this, and I believe she worked with David Lynch on Twin Peaks.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this is, if you really want to know what like San Francisco, Marin County, the Bay Area, and all that stuff, there's a lot of that in this.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. This next film, if you've ever wondered what Michael Myers would be like in the snow, this is it. Blood Runs Cold.
Oh.
I love this movie.
Blood Runs Cold.
Yeah. So it's okay. So when Wyona, a thriving musician, returns to her hometown for a much needed break from her stressful lifestyle, the relaxing vacation quickly turns into a frantic fight for survival. After running into an old boyfriend and some friends at a local bar, the group returns to Wyona's cabin to continue their reunion, where they find themselves face to face with death. Disguised behind an icy mask, the killer is lurking and will not stop until there are no survivors. Blood Runs Cold is a frostbitten slasher that turns the snow red with gore. The snowy massacre will keep you chilled to the end. So basically, this guy can't be stopped. Every time they try to kill him, he just comes right back. And I don't think he talks. I don't think he just murders. So he really is kind of like, what if Michael Myers was in the snow?
Yeah.
And I loved this film. I watch it from time to time, every once in a while for Christmas. I just, and I really.
But it's more like just a winter kind of movie, right?
Yeah, I don't think Christmas is involved in this. It is just like a winter. So they're up in the snow. They got the cabin.
Well, snow happens in the winter, and and that's when Christmas is in the winter. So yeah, Blood Runs Cold. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, it's kind of like Shredder, type of thing, is that these would make a good double feature probably.
Well, and one thing that I didn't mention, and they're like winter kind of movies or whatever, like Dead Snow and Dead Snow 2.
Those are
kind of, not necessarily the same, but like taking place in a snowy area like that. So
right.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm putting that on the list. I will have to check that out. That's cool.
Okay. This next one I also highly recommend.
Oh, okay.
And that is Christmas Blood.
Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Naughty or nice.
Tell me more.
Like, does he have a sled? He doesn't
know. Okay.
This is a foreign film. It's a fun psychological slasher movie and plenty of gruesome kills to satisfy fans of the slasher genre. It's Norwegian.
Ooh, I like they do good.
Yeah, and it's when was this made? 2017. It's not rated. It is subtitled. Norwegian with English subtitles. And it's for one Norwegian town, there will be no peace this Christmas Eve as a psychopath dressed in a Santa Claus suit threatens to wreak bloody holiday carnage. A pair of detectives work against time to find and arrest this bearded serial killer, but will they manage to stop this deranged Saint Nick before he kills again? The director of this also did a film called The House, and he also did another film called Horror. Delivers a dark, disturbing, and bloody holiday thriller. I really like this. This is because he's just like a machine. He's just like he just house after house after house after house. Like he doesn't care.
Nice.
And it's definitely, this is another one I highly recommend. So
nice. Yeah, that's cool. It's on the list. I'm going to check it out.
Awesome. This last one is considered as one, but it's a twofer because it's the
Okay.
same movie, but twice. So I gave to this. These guys have made a fair amount of movies. They also did another film, Reunion. Oh fuck! It had some Return of the. They did like a reunion high school movie where everybody dies, and I'm blanking on the name of it. But this is Dismembering Christmas.
Oh, I like the artwork and I like the name. Huh.
So it was supposed to be a holiday vacation they would never forget, not a holiday vacation they would never survive.
Yeah.
And it's got commentaries and blooper reels, and so I helped these guys when I was really doing crowdfunding stuff. I helped them out on a few films, and this one I liked. So Slasher Studios, that's their company, is Slasher Studios.
Okay. That sounds great. I like it.
Yeah, and I was so happy with them that I gave them more money and got the movie on VHS.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm not a big collector of VHS, but I do like how a lot of companies, especially like Drew Marvick did with Pool Party Massacre, put it out on VHS. I do like that.
Yeah, because this is supposed to be 80s, and but I think that they're pretty good. This is actually numbered. It's 49 of 50, so I just made it.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is when Mark and his friends go up to their father's new vacation home for a Christmas vacation. They are ready for a fun time. Out of the middle of nowhere, the house is cheerfully decorated for Christmas, but an unknown visitor is there, and one by one they are murdered. It's Christmas, and not a creature is stirring except for the killer in the house. So
I like it.
Yeah. And that's my original. So I do have the one honorable mention.
Okay.
This you may own. You definitely know it. You may own it. I'm not sure. But I'm throwing in here Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings.
Oh. I do own all the Wrong Turn movies.
So it takes, place.
But I haven't seen part 4 yet.
It's obviously in the snow. It takes place in a like an abandoned resort. And it is 1, 2, 3. It's the first prequel. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and then it goes back to part 4. And then like 5 and 6 and stuff, I think, are before 1 takes place. At least 1 and 5 are, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, all new movie. Discover how it all began. It's unrated. It's got a good ending to it.
Nice.
So,
yeah, I need to finish the Wrong Turn franchise. I got to get with the program on that. Wrong Turn and Wreck, and there's a couple others that I have in a pile that I'm needing to get to.
Yeah, this isn't something. Pray. There are 3 films. They're foreign. Prey isn't part of the title. And the second, no, I forget which film it is, but I think they saw it and ripped it off for this because it is the same movie. Joe Lujan loves those 3 films, and I'm blanking on the title. It's something Prey or Prey something, and I'm blanking. I wouldn't be able to look it up because I just know Prey, but it's the same thing. They're in the snow, they get trapped in a resort, and then the killers are killing them. And this is the same idea. So when I saw this, I'm like, wow, they just ripped them off.
Yeah.
Because then I think, because then part 2 of that Prey is ripping off Halloween 2, because then it takes place in a hospital for the whole movie.
Yeah. Huh.
Cold Prey? Cold Prey?
I'm not sure. It kind of reminds me, talking about that. Have you seen the show Black Summer?
Yes, I've watched both seasons.
Love it. I wish there was more. But yeah, it just reminded me when they were at that like resort place in the winter.
Yeah, I really like that show a lot. I like the first season more than the second.
Agreed.
But God, what is it? Yeah, I don't know. Crappy.
Jamie King was in. What else was Jamie King in that we were talking about here earlier? Yeah, I just like she's been. Yeah, My Bloody Valentine. She's like a legend. Love Jamie King.
She's in They Wait, the film produced by Yui Boll.
Oh no way! Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the ghost movie. So,
oh,
but
yeah,
she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another movie that we talked about tonight that she was in, and I'm drawing a blank.
I'm blanking. I remember her name coming up, but I can't think of the film.
That's too bad.
Cold Prey.
Oh, she's like the lead in Silent Night. Jamie King. Yes, love Silent Night. Yeah, she's great.
Okay, I am correct. So Cold Prey is the name of the film, and it is also Norwegian. And there are 3 of them. There's also followed by Cold Prey 2 Resurrection. Oh, yeah. And there is a 3rd one, which is a prequel, Cold Prey 3. And so I'm thinking Cold Prey, the first one is what the guys from Wrong Turn 4 ripped off. I could be totally wrong. Cold Prey 2 is basically just ripping off Halloween 2. And then the 3rd one is the prequel, which I have not seen.
Okay.
But I know that like Joe and I both, Joe loves all 3 and I love the first 2 at least. So, but they're hard to find. You have to get them on foreign discs. Like you can't, they're not available over here.
Okay.
So, all right, time to break into my top 10.
Oh, nice. There you go. The moment I've been waiting for here.
Okay. So some of these were on your list too. So
okay. I figured as much.
Yeah, and I made these up when I was at work, so I had no idea what you were doing. But my first one is Black Christmas, the original 1974. These are not in order. So but it would be in my top 10. Probably be in my top 5.
Okay, yeah. So these are just your 10 favorite, no particular order.
Right.
Gotcha.
So Black Christmas is the first one. Then Silent Night, Deadly Night, but part 2.
Okay.
Part 2, since it's a combination of part 1 with new footage for part 2, you really don't even need to watch part 1 because all the best scenes are in part 2. Yeah. But part 2, for me, I hated for such a long time because I didn't understand why it was made. And then once we understood why it was made, I started liking it more because of Eric Freeman, his performance as Ricky, and just loving this movie. And I asked out his co-star, Elizabeth Caton. We were at a Fangoria convention and she was there. She worked a lot with Charles Band. And like she's in Slave Girls Beyond Infinity, Friday the 13th, Part 7. She's the redhead that gets thrown out the window. And Cliff McMillan and I were at that convention. And he knew somebody who knew them. So we met up for lunch. And which is weird because we had no idea. They didn't know who we were. We didn't know, except Cliff was working for Tower Records buying their movies. And Elizabeth Caton was there. And I said, hey, you want to go out? You want to go catch a movie? I felt ballsy. And she goes, you're cute, but I got a boyfriend. And I said, you know what? I'll take the cute.
There you go. Yeah.
That's fine by me. So, so for me, I like part 2 better. Rare Exports.
Oh, good call.
Yep,
take that.
That is a good one. The Silent Night remake, the Malcolm McDowell one with Jamie King.
Okay.
So once again, just Santa Claus with a flamethrower. Mike, what a great idea!
Yep.
I mean, so good. I wish there was more of it instead of just flashbacks. So
Yeah, no, you know, that movie, it is good. It's one of those ones that was so much fun. And you're like, man, I would love more of this, but I don't trust anybody to make a solid sequel or anything. So I will leave it alone and enjoy it for what it is.
since it ends with a sequel, I'm surprised that they haven't made one, but they are doing another remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night, but it's going to follow more of the actual movie.
They did a sequel to that?
They already have, or they're going to.
Oh.
And it's not going to be like Silent Night. It's going to be more like Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. But it probably wouldn't have Malcolm McDowell in it.
No. Probably a whole new cast. Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas Evil, which you also had.
Good. Yes. Good call. Good call.
Love that ending with him just soaring off the roof with,
yeah,
you know, in the sleigh, and you don't know if it's in his mind or not. And what a great movie. That is such a great film.
Yes.
Fat Man. That's Mel Gibson as Santa Claus, and he gives a kid a piece of coal. The kid grows up and he's an assassin. So he goes up to the North Pole to try to kill Santa.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, that's great. And I used to communicate with because it's two directors, and I told them how much I loved it, because Mel Gibson is Santa Claus. That to me is just funny all by itself.
Yeah.
You know, and he does a great job. He's got like the big beard and all of that stuff. So Fat Man is really good.
I'm gonna have to put that on the list. I'm gonna need to watch that. I'll check it out and then decide if I need to buy it. But that's
yeah, he's out there with a gun and everything, like, because it's a ranch, like the North Pole is a ranch, and so he's got like the deer and all that stuff. And so once the assassins come in, he's all Kris Kringle with a freaking shotgun, you know. So yeah, so it's very Mel Gibson-y.
That's cool.
Then Elves, 1989.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Got that on there. Black Christmas, or Black Xmas, 2006. Okay. So, so I'm gathering that you liked Black Christmas, the original, more than the remake.
Yes, I like the original. Yes, no, the Black Xmas is great. I love it, but there's maybe just the nostalgia factor or whatever from the first one. I absolutely love it.
I love both of them too. So Black Xmas, we'll call it that so there's no confusion, and the remake of House on Sorority Row, just called Sorority Row, are the best two examples of how women treat each other. The dialogue, which is written by men for these girls on how they just tear each other down, is amazing. I love the dynamic of the sorority girls in this, in both of those movies. To me, it's just hilarious. It is great. And Sorority Row would be one of my all-time favorite, remakes. So, which is another one that ends with a sequel, you know, but they never made one. So yeah, I love Black Xmas also. And Bob Clark. We talked about Bob Clark on your video. Sadly, that him and his son were killed by a drunk driver. For people who don't know my video, that he was on the set of Black Xmas, and he approved everything. He was there, and it had his blessing, you know. So
that's cool.
It wasn't just, and it was made by the guys who did Willard, and they also did some of the best X-Files episodes.
Okay.
I want to say Final Destination. So yeah, so it's got a lot of good people working on it.
That's cool.
Don't Open Till Christmas. British movie about a killer who goes around killing Santa Clauses.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah, Caroline Munro is in it, who was a Bond girl. She was also a Hammer girl. Gorgeous. Adam Ant dated her for a little bit. Wow. She's like a model in the film. She was a model in real life too. but it's a pretty violent. It's I think kind of, but not really, from the makers of Pieces. Like the lead actor was also in the movie Pieces.
Just watched that again for the second time. Love Pieces.
Love Pieces. It's exactly what you think it is. And so it's got that actor in it who also directed it. But the film took like 5 years or longer to make and had different directors, and he walked off the film. There's like a whole history behind Don't Open Before Christmas.
Yeah. Huh. That is interesting. Yeah, I can't believe I have, and maybe if I watch it, I'll go like, oh yeah, I've seen that, but I don't think so. I am putting it on my purchase list, and it's available now on AMC, AMC Plus, or Amazon Prime for to rent, or Plex. So I might have to go watch it on AMC Plus.
Okay, there you go.
This is why I love doing YouTube and talking movies, especially horror movies, because you learn things that you may not have known, and just like, this is one I like. We're talking 1984, the greatest, maybe arguably the greatest year in movie making history. At least the greatest decade. But 84, 85, man, fucking A, man. It's great years right there. But 84, man, this is way too old for me not to know. So that's crazy. But I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, sure, you're welcome. Well, now here's another movie. I don't think you know. Alien Raiders.
Definitely not as far as Christmas movies go.
So there's another film called Splinter that I recommend with this movie, and it's not a Christmas film, Splinter, but it's a good like second feature with it. Alien Raiders it's a group of people. It's a one location movie that takes place in a supermarket, and there's a group of these like government kind of military people that can go in, and they have to find out who the aliens are. And so this whole thing kind of takes place around this one location, and the name is not good. Alien Raiders is not good, but but it is a really cool movie. It takes place around Christmas, if not on Christmas. And it's kind of almost like The Thing, with who's the alien, who's not the alien.
Right. Yeah. I'm seeing like the trailer is kind of playing here in the background. It looks great. It's reminding me, what's that other movie, man, I saw not too long ago, where they're in the grocery store and the grocery store is going out of business, and then somebody's going around killing all the employees.
Oh,
Intruder. Thank you. Kind of those vibes a little bit from looking at it. Love Intruder, man. What a great movie that is.
Oh yeah. That's all cool. Sam Raimi's guys. Yeah.
So Alien Raiders just made my list. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Okay, and check out Splinter too. There's a where that starts off at a gas station, and there's this weird kind of fungus that's there, and if you touch it, it like it splinters you, and it's it's this awesome film that I think I watched them both at the same time when I worked at a video store. I think they came out on the same day, and I'm like, oh fuck! And since then, they've always been in my brain together.
And it's got Shea Wiggum in it. No way! I fucking love him. And Splinter.
So let me make sure.
Yeah, no. Well, this has got to be it. Trapped inside an isolated gas station.
Yeah, that's
by a voracious splinter parasite that transforms its still living victims into deadly hosts. A young couple and an escaped convict must find a way to work together to survive this primal terror. But Shea Wiggum is great. I mean, he is a big time actor, known for American Hustle, but I love him in Boardwalk Empire. Man, so many things. Beirut, he was good in. Wolf of Wall Street. I've
wow.
never seen the Fast and Furious, but he's in Fast and Furious 6. Machete. I'm like so many different things. So he is great. He is really good. So,
Okay. All right.
that's
Yeah.
very
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I
Good.
saw there was something else recently. Oh, yeah, he's in Joker, the first Joker, Detective Burke. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So,
Now,
yeah,
okay.
big time actor. So, that's great. That's cool. So Splinter, yeah, that is not related to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at all.
No.
But man, I wish my S's weren't all the way over there, because I'm gonna have to go take a look before I write Splinter down to see if I already own it, because it sounds like a title that's on my shelf.
Okay.
To go take a look.
All right. So that's the films I like the most. Now we get into the 10 worst.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Number 1. Well, okay. These are in necessarily no order.
Terrifier 3.
No. No. No.
Okay,
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't put that
kidding.
in. I'm actually surprised that's not in my 10 best. Honorary mention for 10 best. Terrifier 3. Santa Claus.
Tim Allen?
No, CLAWS.
Oh,
It's
okay.
with Debbie Rochon, and it's like John Russo and some of the other guys who worked on Night of the Living Dead. It's basically porn, and a guy's going around killing people, and it is awful. It is so horrible. I could not make it through it. I had to turn it off. It is absolutely awful, and it was the first thing that came to mind when I was making the list.
Nice. That's hilarious. Yeah, looks pretty terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Got
It is bad.
3.1 rating on IMDb. That's pretty bad.
So the other 2 Black Christmases were on the best for both of us.
Oh, yeah.
The new Black Christmas is on the worst.
Fuck that fucking movie.
That film, 2019, is one of the worst films I have ever seen. It is beyond horrible. It is one of the most man-hating movies I have ever seen in my entire life. Every guy in it is absolutely horrible, or they are a complete, like just a complete wussy to these women, and it is horrible. This idea of this movie, everything in it is garbage.
Yeah.
And it is, they even try to rip off Exorcist 3 with the great iconic scene with the, you know, the like the shears from Exorcist 3. It is horrible. Yeah. Absolutely horrible.
And here's the thing. We both love a great girl power movie with a strong female lead and all that stuff. No problem. We're not hating on, female, movies where they're, where the female is the, a badass or whatever, that's fine. It's these movies that are made specifically out of anger or hatred toward men. Yeah. To heck with that stuff. That movie was so, it's funny. The story behind that movie, the way I saw it was, I got a message from that Fat Samurai guy and his wife, Lady Fat Blood. And they told me, they go, we just watched a movie that will, like, I'm paraphrasing, but they're like, it's one of the worst movies we ever seen. It will piss you the fuck off. You are going to lose your shit. Please watch it and review it for us. And so I watched it, and I was like halfway through, I'm messaging them going like, and they were dying laughing. So we are not the only ones. Lady Fat Blood and Fat Samurai guy fucking despise that movie as well. So
it bombed. So nobody wanted this. And the way I saw it was, I was curious because it was a remake, had nothing to do with the original movie or the first remake. So I watched a cam bootleg of it and hated it, because there was no way I was going to go pay money to watch this piece of shit. And then watched another watched it online, but I went to the high seas and then saw it at, like a good copy, like an HD copy. And then Jonathan Moody goes, okay, I know you hate this movie, so let's review it. So then I had to watch it again. So I've seen the film three times, have never paid for it, and I never plan on paying for it. I hate that film beyond belief. It is so awful that I cannot believe that any man would want to be in this movie. And it is every woman is absolutely hateful. Everyone, when the guy tries to explain, like the boyfriend tries to explain to them, like the sorority girls, why all the guys were pissed off when they were doing the dance up on stage. He's like, what do you expect? What do you expect, that you went after the fraternity and then the women getting pissed off at him and kick him out? Yeah. He was only telling you the truth. It wasn't even like he was putting you down. It was telling you the truth. You're going after a fraternity. They're going to retaliate. And then you get pissed when they retaliate. Yeah. Like, God, did I hate this movie. I fucking hate this film.
Yeah, no, so, it is one of those movies that makes me physically upset. It just doesn't, I just don't, it's not that I just don't like it. It ruins my day. It makes me angry, puts me in a shitty mood. So if that was their intent, they did good. And Sophia Takal, fuck you.
Yeah. That's they chose to take it in that direction. So, you know, it's and it's it's one of those movies where you hate men in the film. You're very vocal about the feminist part of it and how much the movie hates men. And then when no man goes to see it, you get pissed off.
Yeah.
Even though when they do these things half the time, when they do these surveys, more men will go see these movies, the Marvels, Charlie's Angels, than any women do. So women don't even support these type of movies, even though they're feminist films.
Yeah. Same goes with women's sports. And that's where it's like, what comedian said it? Somebody said, it's like, hey, you women, you want to get paid the same as the men in the men's sports? Sell some fucking tickets. You know, all these women sit at home complaining, and but they're not going to see the WNBA. Sorry, nobody is. So you want to get paid the same. One, you know, make a better product. Two, put your ass in the seats. Men support these movies that we love. If women love this movie, go support it. But you don't, so fuck off. You know, and the whole argument of, if you're not part, you know, like the whole, you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. Fuck you. Because you know what? All these people sitting around bitching about wars and everything that never enlisted in the military, you're not part of the solution. So what? You're part of the problem? No, you don't. You know, you don't, just because you're not out fighting for, feminism and whatever other, pick your cause, just because you're not out fighting for it doesn't make you part of the problem. That's your problem. I got my own problems, you know. And so if you want to get mad at me for not watching a movie, fuck off. I don't even care. And man, look at it. Look what it did to me. Even talking about this movie got me going.
I guess we won't bring up Rachel Zegler, huh?
Yeah. Oh man. No, you know, I am willing, like, I mean, shit. I'm not gay, but I'll watch a movie that's about, gay people. I don't care. You know, I'm not a woman. I'll watch movies about women. I don't care. Just give me a good movie. Give me a compelling story and I'll watch it. Don't give me an agenda. That's what I don't want, is agendas. And this was nothing but agenda. They didn't give a shit about the story. Yeah. It was just, how can we make men evil? Yeah, well, you can make this fucking movie and make me evil. That's what you can do. So, yeah, man. Good choice.
Yeah. If the men weren't evil, there were simps, and that's and weak. So it's awful. So,
Yeah. Good call for your bottom 10. That's probably my number one right there.
It would be my number one. It would be, if I put these in an order. It would be number one. Number two. Oh, sorry. The third one on here. So in the previous video that I did, because I was talking about the Silent Night, Bloody Night movies. I gave this a little bit of praise. I said that I actually enjoyed it.
Okay.
I don't get along with the filmmaker. We used to be friends. I give him credit for a few of the movies. So that would be Silent Night, Bloody Night 2 Revival. And even though I gave it some praise in the previous video, I am giving it, it's on my worst list because in comparison to the movies that are on the best, this is one of the worst. But as far as the movie by itself, or as far as the Dustin Ferguson movie goes, I did enjoy it, but it ain't part of the best.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. We are allowed to like movies that suck. So if I could go through my Letterboxd page and I could find, I'm sure there are several movies that I've given like a 1 star, but I've also given the heart. You know, like this movie sucks, but I had fun. So that's that. Here's my question. So Silent Night, Bloody Night. You're talking a sequel to the classic like 70s
yes,
Silent Night,
it's
Bloody
done.
Night?
Yeah, Retrosploitation, a company that's in Australia. John Newwave is he does all of these sequels and stuff like Slumber Party Massacre 4. I'm sorry, not Slumber Party, Sleepaway Camp 4. Will Colossal just did Silent Night, Bloody Night 3, which Dustin had a big fit over.
These are authorized from the companies, the studios. These are authorized sequels.
Silent Night, Deadly Night is public domain.
Okay, so that explains. Okay, so it's a I categorize them. I don't care what they are. I'm going to categorize them as fan films or people just going out and making their own. This is not, they're not a true the way I would define a sequel. It's
right.
like Dustin's Nemesis. Oh, Nemesis 5. You know, Albert said I could do it. Bullshit. You never ever, Dustin never had the rights to do Nemesis 5. He said he did, and then it turned out to be the colossal pile of shit that it was. And you know, and then it's like, yeah, no, never got, you know, released wherever it should have possibly gotten released. Because 1, how bad it was, and 2, he did not have the rights. He was bullshitting. So we can all go out and make movies. We just can't make money off of them.
Yeah, that's Nemesis 5. There's a big story behind that, and it all depends on who you talk to. So it's you know, you could talk to Albert, you could talk to Michael Sue, you could talk to Dustin, you could, you know, and it all depends. There's different stories from everybody about Nemesis 5. So, but with Nemesis, I mean, with Silent Night, Bloody Night 2 Revival is, I bought, they had like a whole thing that you could buy. There was like a notebook, the poster, the DVD, there's the VHS, which has a combination of the first and second film. And so I ended up buying some of these movies from Retrosploitation, and then I ended up working on a couple of them with Dustin, and like Joe Castro was there, Julianne Prescott was there too. And of course, me being friends with Cliff Macmillan with Scream Factory, they released parts for like Sleepaway Camp 3 and 4. And there was an issue that, you know, because this is an Australian company, is this legal? Because they have the rights to the movies to distribute them, but they're on Blu-ray. But Retrosploitation at the time was really only doing them on VHS. It's a very sticky,
man. But just because you have the right, like I could buy the rights to distribute any movie. Let's just say I bought the rights to distribute The Exorcist. It doesn't give me the right to go make another Exorcist because I have the right to distribute it. So yeah, that's a very gray area right there. But
yeah. So it's but I did enjoy the movie, but in comparison to other films, it's bad. So
okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And then so now I ran out of movies at bad films because I wasn't going to add Krampus
Oh.
movies to this. So I added some other ones, some Christmas movies that I just hate.
Okay.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Fuck you. Oh,
Fucking awful. Fucking
no.
awful.
Okay.
Awful. My God, what an annoying movie. What a horrible, annoying movie. Horrible.
We can't be friends anymore. Sorry. I like it. I disagree, but you know, to each their own.
To eat their own.
There you go.
Awful. Just fucking awful. And then I also have in there Mixed Nuts. Steve Martin should have known better. And it has Adam Sandler, and I want nothing to do with Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah. Bad movie. I had hope for that. Okay, I agree with you on that. Not a fan.
No, not at all. And then the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely one of the worst. So
Even Lucas hates it. Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck and your buddy from The Sopranos, James Gandolfini.
Oh, yeah, I saw that once a long time ago. I don't remember, but yeah.
Just awful.
Okay.
I want to own this movie and I will watch it every year. That is Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. I will put that right next to my Left Behind collection.
Yep.
I own every Left Behind movie, and I am so proud of that. I will put it right next to that.
And, your two man crushes, Tom Cruise and Kirk Cameron.
Both religious nuts.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh man.
And then Jingle All the Way 2.
Oh, I didn't know there was a sequel. Who that is? That's not Schwarzenegger, is it? Who?
No, that's the who's the redneck comedian that is always doing the building? He always has like the belt around him with all the tools. Not like Jeff Foxworthy, but he's
yeah, but one of his buddy, Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, okay, Larry the Cable Guy. Okay, yeah. He's the lead.
Oh, terrible. I've not seen that, and it will never be a part of my life. So, good call there. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. And then the last one is, and I don't know why they bothered because they've tried since and it still hasn't really worked. A Christmas Story 2.
Okay, now, so are you talking A Christmas Story 2? Because there's 3 Christmas Story movies. The first one, Part 2, and then A Christmas Story Christmas.
Not that one. Not the third one. Not the one that actually has Peter Billingsley and some of the people back. This is
the real number 2. That
has the whole fake family.
Yeah, fuck that movie. Okay, I'm with you on that. Yeah. A Christmas Story Christmas was very nostalgic for me. And because my dad was the biggest Christmas Story fan, I got a leg lamp sitting over here. I shit you not, in my window, I have a leg lamp that's like over there. I have Christmas Story decorations on my tree. I mean, shit. So
be careful. That might be fragile.
It is definitely fragile. Yes. So yes, but the second one, no, that movie does not deserve to exist.
Yeah, it's like a summer story. No, yeah. I don't care if they're based on the books. I don't care if you got the guy who did the original like voiceover. I don't care. A Christmas Story 2 is bad. A Summer Story is bad. I give them a Christmas Story Christmas. I give them that, but nothing can. Once again, Bob Clark, Black Christmas, Porky's, Turk 182, From the Hip. I mean, so underrated, Bob Clark. And I mean, it's no. So I think that's a good one to end that list with.
There you go. Yeah, that good call. On the only one that I'm like is Christmas with the Cranks. I think that's a fun movie.
God, I hate that film. Fuck the neighbors. I hated all the neighbors. They want to
Yeah.
go on a cruise. Let them go on a cruise. Why are you, and it's like you're forcing them to be here. And
Yeah.
it's just like, go get a tree of your own. Go put a reef on your own door. What? God, did I hate that movie? I hated it.
So,
God.
okay. So I get that. But that's, you're supposed to hate the neighbors because of that. And I get that. And so, just knowing people like that, where I kind of identified with the cranks, I was like, fuck decorating, you're leaving, who cares? But now if you live on one of those streets, for example, there was a street, I forget the name of it, but there was a street down here near Temecula, maybe in Temecula, California, that was, every single house on this street was decorated. They were all synced up. They had their own radio station that broadcast music. So you would drive down the street, listen to the music. The lights on the houses would all like kind of dance to the music and stuff. The whole, I mean, and you're talking about probably 40 houses or so that were all synced up, aside from one fuckwad. That's house would be, the lights were all out, And so it's like that one guy, you move into that neighborhood and you go into that homeowners association, you should be subject to have to do that. I'm not a fan of homeowners associations, but if you live in a homeowners association and everybody says we're all decorating for Christmas, I give two shits. Don't move there if you don't want to decorate.
But to me, that sounds more funny than Christmas with the Cranks, the one guy who won't do it. Yeah. And instead of torturing the people, and then the whole thing with the daughter, and she's going on vacation and she does the surprise. Just, why are you just telling her that you're going on vacation? So then that way she doesn't come back. It's like everything could be resolved with just a conversation. And I thought Jamie Lee Curtis was so annoying. And it's just the beginning of it with Tim Allen. Oh, look, it's funny because he doesn't have an umbrella and he's getting rained on.
Okay, so to me, a movie like that's a popcorn movie where I don't give two fucks about the story. I'm looking for a little slapstick comedy. I'm looking for celebrities that I know and like. I'm looking for Christmas stuff. And I'm just watching it and I don't really care too much about the story. I don't need resolution. I don't need a good character arc or anything. I just need some funny moments. And so would it make my top list of Christmas movies ever? No, but I did laugh at it and I enjoyed it enough that I bought it. Yeah. It's out in the other room with my non-horror. We got a box, probably about 40 movies that are not horror, either, like with the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
That's a great one.
And just Elf and the Santa Claus trilogy, like all those type of movies, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the specials, all that stuff. So that movie's out in there with those, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's the greatest movie of all time, but I am a defender of it.
It was wasn't recommended. Somebody thought that it was funny, and they're just like, "Oh, you should watch it if you like, Christmas movies and stuff. You should watch it." And sadly, I did, and now I regret it. So, but of course, it would not be on this list if I didn't watch it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I understand the hate. There are movies like that. There's one movie that like everybody's like, oh my God. And I'm like, I fucking hate this movie. And that's Big Daddy. It's not Christmas related or anything. I can't fucking stand Big Daddy. I'm Adam Sandler. The shtick was so tired by then. I just couldn't fucking care. And him and the kid peeing on a wall in New York outside, like people do that shit all the time. I was walking in New York a couple weeks ago and this woman's walking her dog lifts leg and pees right on the sidewalk right in front of me. And I'm like, thanks, bitch. Like, God dang it.
Yeah. Well, I don't like Adam Sandler to begin with. So for me, unless he's being serious, I like his serious acting, funny people, uh, um, Punch Drunk Love. I think he's good as a serious actor, but
Mm.
I do not like his comedy at all, and I can't stand him as a comedian. I think he's freaking awful. So yeah, he
Yeah.
even has a Christmas movie. He has that animated movie.
Oh, yeah, I don't do animation really. So, I mean, like, unless it's something nostalgic from when I was a kid, I don't really do animations.
Yeah.
I've never, but, so, one movie that neither of us have mentioned, and I have not seen, it's on my list, and I'm hoping it's good. Uh, People have said good things, so I don't know, but maybe you've seen it. Santa's Sleigh with, Bill Goldberg, the wrestler.
Yes, I enjoyed it. It's I don't know how they got the cast in this that they did. Just the opening scene, which is at a dinner where he kills everybody, has like a who's who of actors, and
Well,
and it's just
they
like
probably had the budget because it wasn't it like a WWE production or something?
it could be. Yeah, I liked it, but it has its haters and its lovers.
Okay.
So, but it is a movie that I would own, and
Hmm.
I did enjoy it.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of people hate that film.
It's been on my list forever to get, and I just haven't found it yet. But this is kind of interesting. Do you want to go down real quick? I pulled up IMDb's top list of Christmas horror movies.
Okay, let's see what they got.
So the first one, I think we both agree on pretty much, and that's Black Christmas. And I could tell you, I did not reference this. It's funny. My favorite Christmas movies that I watched, we talked about on my video. Those were just movies that I owned. Number two, Gremlins. Fair.
Okay,
I'm okay with
yes.
that.
Oh, and I'll say this: I didn't include Gremlins because it's obvious. I didn't include Nightmare
Fair
Before
enough.
Christmas because it's obvious. So
Fair
the
enough.
big kind
Yeah.
of Hollywood budget films I didn't put on my best list
Yeah.
because they're too easy.
Makes sense. Fair enough. Uh, Number three, Krampus.
Okay.
Number four, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Number
Okay.
five, and I have not from 1972. I have not seen this, but apparently I need to because it's got Joan Collins and Peter Cushing, and that's Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah.
Is the original? Is that just one like a Tales from the Crypt movie, or is that the original Tales from the
It's
Crypt?
the because they also did the Vault of Horror. So
Mm,
it's not Hammer, it's Amicus. And so
okay,
yeah, they're both anthologies. And
I
the Tales from the Crypt one, the Joan Collins is the Santa one all throughout the house. That's the famous one from that. Peter
okay,
Cushing is at a different one where I think he plays a corpse. But
okay,
it's good. And then when they did the TV show for Tales from the Crypt on HBO,
yeah,
they remade that. Robert Zemeckis remade it.
I like
And
that. I've seen that.
yeah, so this is the original version of that.
Okay. Tales from the so I'm adding this to my list right now from 1972. That was news to me. Again, reasons why I love doing this stuff. Number 6, I'm happy with this ranking cuz I did not expect to see this high. Rare Exports, number 6.
Okay, yeah.
And then Inside. People have been telling me to buy Inside for a while now. That's the one where they cut the baby out of her womb, right? Um,
I've
yes,
never seen it, but I didn't
for
know that
I
was a
ha-
Christmas film.
I know. I've never seen it either. It's been on my list of movies to buy. I've not found it, but it says 4 months after the death of her husband, a woman on the brink of motherhood is tormented in her home by a strange woman who wants her unborn baby. I had no
Huh.
idea that's a Christmas movie. It
No.
must just take place at Christmas time or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that's a foreign film there. I don't know what it looks
Yeah,
French or
I
Italian.
think the directors of that they did that Leatherface prequel. That's awful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This one I'm kind of surprised on because I am not a fan, and that is Jack Frost.
Which one?
1997, directed by Michael Cooney, starring Scott McDonald.
So that's the killer snowman one, not the Michael Keaton one, because they're both horror movies in a way.
Correct. Yes. No, it's not the Michael Keaton one. I'm especially even the Michael Keaton one. I was like, yeah. So Jack Frost, and I think I own. I think I own Jack Frost, but I dislike it so much that I didn't pull it out. But I've got it in a double feature. It's with something else. Or no, it's Jack Frost 2. Ice Cream Man and Jack Frost 2. I don't know why it's got 2 and not 1. But
I enjoyed both of those. I liked both Jack Frost movies. So
okay. Maybe I'll have to try it again. I wasn't a fan. The ninth. Okay, sorry.
But I would say that the Michael Keaton one is more of a horror movie because it deals with kids.
Yeah.
Like there's watching their dad turn into a snowman. That to me is pure horror. This is just Chucky. It's just the killer goes inside the snowman and he starts killing people. The Michael Keaton one is terrifying. It's like a very frightening movie. I can't believe it's like aimed at children.
Yeah. I think that's why, I mean, like in the bigger picture of movies, you don't hear about that movie too much as far as like Christmas movies or anything. Number 9, you will approve, A Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. And which I wonder, so Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, I wonder if Evil Dead never did what they did with the sequel, basically being, the fucking same thing remade. I wonder if Silent Night, Deadly Night would have gotten done the way it did. Or I don't even know which one. Anyways, 2 movies that are, the second one is like essentially the same as the first one.
Well, the reason for Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is they were the first film got pulled. Parents complained. They pulled it. They gave it to Lee Henry, Lee Henry, and who's an editor. And they said, we need for you to recut this movie because we're going to re-release it. And he goes, well, give me some more money and I'll shoot a whole new scenes. And we'll just release it as part 2.
Yeah.
So that's why all the footage for the first movie, because Silent Night, Deadly Night was never supposed to see the light of day again. It was supposed to be destroyed. And then the new Silent Night, Deadly Night would have all that new footage with the old footage. And so but it just came out as part 2. So it's like Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 was supposed to be part 3, but they chose to make part 3 first. There's a whole history with those movies.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll have to do a little homework on all that stuff, enlighten myself a little more. Number 10, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
And so this is where it gets interesting. I like Nightmare Before Christmas. You're pushing it with the horror thing. A Christmas Carol is number 11. Ebenezer Scrooge. I mean,
well, you got the different ghosts, and you got death at the end, and the scary one with all the chains, and you have a body positive overweight ghost who is being celebrated today. But I could see that. I think as a kid, the black and white one is the one. Well,
that's the one they're talking about. 1951. That's the one.
That would be the one that I would watch on TV, and it would scare me as a kid. Yeah.
Okay. So, and here we go. Number 12 is The Signal. David Bruckner directed. Dan Bush. Maybe is that a horror film told in 3 parts from 3 perspectives, in which a mysterious transmission that turns people into killers invades every cell phone, radio, and television. From 2007. Have you seen that?
I think so. I know I own a movie called The Signal, but I think there's 2 different ones. I'll have
familiar.
I'll have
Again,
to
my S's are over there. I can't go look, but huh.
I
Yeah,
think so.
looking at the pictures of it, I don't recognize it. Edward Scissorhands. Do you consider that a Christmas movie?
It's in my stack. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one stack. It's going to be the very last video I do, which are not horror movies.
Okay.
So it is in that stack. Yeah.
Horror movies, number 14. Well, and you may get a chuckle out of this. Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Oh my God. What?
It's because they're retelling the story of A Christmas Carol. So it's
Okay.
Mickey's Christmas. But it's so Disney. That's hilarious. Number
Okay.
15. You know what? I get it. Even Rob Zombie says Wizard of Oz inspired him in a lot of his horror movie stuff, but the Wizard of Oz is number 15.
For
I don't see
Christmas?
I don't see any fucking connection to Christmas at all on this.
No, unless maybe it came out at Christmas or it plays at Christmas.
Yeah, I have
No,
no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16, Dead of Night from 1945. I don't know it.
Oh, it's an anthology. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's not bad. We had to watch it in film school. Yeah.
Guests at an English estate recall nightmares. So the anthology is probably the different nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it has like 4 directors, or 3 directors. So it makes sense. Okay. Then going number 17, The Phantom Carriage from 1921. So we're going way back with some of these. But
Yeah,
here we go. Number 18, A Christmas Horror Story. Okay.
Which you have. Yeah. You showed that one in your video.
How do they how they rank? I don't know how this ranks so low compared to other things. But the Muppet Christmas Carol. So anything Christmas Carol related is fucking thrown on this list. So we got Mickey Mouse and we got the Muppets in doing A Christmas Carol.
And it's Michael Caine again. That's our second Michael Caine.
Oh yeah, yeah. But then number 20, Black Christmas from 2006.
Okay,
so,
good.
Then 21 and 22 are both episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So we're getting really far out there now. Oh, and then going way back to 1938 now, another Christmas Carol movie. Oh, that may be the one that I remember. That guy looks familiar, but there's an extra. There's an episode of Dexter that that is considered a Christmas movie. I guess I don't remember, but it's from season 1, the Ice Truck Killer. Oh, number 26, Day of the Beast. This list gets so off the rails here. Oh, Don't Open Till Christmas is on here.
Okay, good. Okay.
Fuck this list. Christmas Evil, they have at number 32.
No.
Let's see. I'm just going to scroll down now until I see some other. Red Christmas. That's on my list. Have you seen Red Christmas?
I own it, but I've never watched it.
Okay, that's one I want to get. Ooh, number 43. Fuck them too. My good friend Jeffrey Mandel's Elves from 1989 at number 43. I mean, they do have most of the good movies on here, most of the things we've talked about, but yeah, I just, that's it's another Christmas Carol, another Christmas Carol, another Christmas Carol. How many fucking times has this been remade?
I don't think they need to list every single one. Just maybe pick 1 or 2, like the classics,
Yeah. So anyways, that's, I mean, another Christmas Carol. Oh, Santa's Sleigh is ranked number 73. Oh, Home Sweet Home. That I watched that for Thanksgiving. Have you seen that one from 1981?
Long time ago, but yeah.
Where it looks like the killer looks like Lou Ferrigno. So,
yes.
Frost too. Oh, they got P2 all the way down at number 80. Fuck this list. So, and what about Christmas Cruelty? Have you seen that?
I own it.
Okay.
I have not watched it. It's a foreign film, but I haven't seen it now.
On Christmas,
what? I'm hoping by the time you get done with this, Mr. Chuck Norris is on there. Invasion USA is a Christmas movie.
Oh, I have not seen that on here yet. Better Watch Out is number 86.
Okay.
87 is A Christmas Tale. 88, The Ginger Dead Man. Then Demonic Toys. Number 90, Silent Night, Zombie Night. That's cool. It should probably be higher than some of this other stuff. The Munsters Scary Little Christmas. I don't think I've ever seen that, from 96. Maybe that's why. What, Sam McMurray though? Huh. Seance is a fucking Thanksgiving movie. Huh. Alien Abduction was 92. And then Seance is 93. Intensity is 94. Last Stop on the Night Train, 1975. Okay. That sounds like Flavio Bucci, Gianfranco De Grassi. Sounds like it's Italiano.
Oh, it's very Italian, yeah.
Okay. Bloody New Year. And now we're getting out of our lane here again. We've had some Thanksgiving. Now we got New Year movies. Then Monsters from, it's an episode of Glim, or it was I guess a show called Monsters.
Oh yeah, when Tales from the Dark Side ended, they continued it with the TV show called Monsters. George Romero and stuff like that.
Okay. 98, Home for the Holidays. I don't know that.
Sally Field, I think.
Yes, you are correct. Good call. Yeah. The Dorm That Dripped Blood. Well, that's a great title.
That's a Christmas movie? Shit, I got that under 2 different titles. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull that one.
4 college students are stalked by an unknown assailant while staying on campus over the Christmas holidays to help clear out a dormitory which is set to be demolished. I am writing that down. The Dorm That Dripped Blood. Huh.
Yes, it also goes under the title Pranks, but you want the dorm that drips blood. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the dorm that dripped. I don't think there's an S. Dorm that
or dripped. You are correct. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. The guys who made that also made a film called The Power that is really good, about a little tiki figure that possesses somebody. So they were kind of a thing for a little bit.
Okay. And then number 100, Thanksgiving. Again, we're just lumping all movies that are holiday related on here now. And this is where I have a hard time taking this list seriously, because we've seen some of those. Number 101 is Holidays. We know one of the segments was a Christmas, and it's good. I like that movie. That's the one, if I remember right. Have you seen Holidays? It's got one of the segments is directed by somebody very famous, who
Kevin Smith.
Yes, right. Yeah.
And I hated his segment. I hated it.
Okay. Well, but the movie as a whole was pretty good. I liked the different segments.
I'd have to rewatch it. I don't remember. I just remember really disliking Kevin Smith's segment.
Okay.
Just seemed really cheap and weird that he would put his daughter up there as a sex worker. You know, just thought that
I see. Okay, I didn't realize that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like people call in or they tell you what to do through a computer. And I think his is Halloween, maybe. Huh. Yeah, it was very strange that he put his daughter into this. It was bizarre.
Oh, that's only this. Oh, now we're getting into shorts here. There's a short called Tree Venge. Christmas trees ripped. Okay.
That's funny. Thoughts? I think that's on YouTube.
Okay. And then Killing Ground. Directed by Damian Power. A couple's camping trip turns into a frightening ordeal when they stumble across the scene of a horrific crime. We're camping at Christmas? That can't be Christmas. But then, so here we go. Now here's the problem. Number 104, Silent Night. How do you put Santa with the flamethrower on horror Christmas movies at 104 below all that stuff?
No, that doesn't make sense.
And okay, and the list is totally off the rails because they have rare exports again. So, Lake Alice is on here. Did you mention Lake Alice earlier? No, Lake Hollow or something you were saying?
Lake Hollow, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so that's. They have Blood Rage on here at number fucking 117. The Elf, I've never seen that, from 2016.
I've seen The Elf, and then they did a sequel called Elves.
Okay. That's at 114. Blood Freak at 119.
See, that's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Same thing with Blood Rage.
Krampus Unleashed. at 120. Psycho Santa. Well, there you go. At 121. Krampus the Reckoning is below Psycho Santa. So
Yeah.
I'm in for it. Now, have you seen that one?
No.
Okay.
I saw the trailer for it, and it just looked like literally the box cover. That's what the Krampus looks like. Is just like a big CGI mess.
Ooh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. A Cadaver Christmas is at 136. I've just started skipping some of the bullshit here. Dismembering Christmas is at 137. Satan Claus, there you go, 139. Thanksgiving 3 at 140. Okay, fuck you. Fuck this.
Where's AXEMAS 1 and 2? If they could do some short films, where's AXEMAS
right.
1 and 2?
Yeah. Well, Thanksgiving, you're right, but Thanksgiving is a feature, but it's a Christmas Sleigh. I don't think I've seen Christmas Sleigh from 2015.
Doesn't sound familiar.
I'm gonna open that link and remember it for later to write it down. Happy Holidays. A 2011 horror movie where a baby is left on a doorstep of the Delta Gamma sorority house.
I own that, I believe. Yeah. It's going to be in one of my videos. Yeah.
Okay. Then 2006 Thanksgiving movie. Two Front Teeth from 2000. Again, I don't know that. And Boogeyman from 2005. Boogeyman, a Christmas movie? Yeah. Sesame Street Christmas Carol. There you go. They have that listed above all the creatures we're stirring. So yeah, and Child's Play number 156.
Child's Play.
Yeah,
because she buys Chucky as a gift.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was his birthday.
Maybe
not. No, maybe it is Christmas. I don't remember for that.
No, it says for a birthday gift. Yeah. Anyways, we've gone far enough down that rabbit hole. It's so ridiculous. But I've added a few movies to my list of movies that I want to buy or watch for sure. So I am very grateful, sir. Thank you for letting me be part of this here.
Of course. Well, you're welcome, and thank you for letting me be, part of yours. So I think we both learned something. Yeah. So okay, so we'll I guess we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Be sure check out the flip side of the video that we did over on my channel too, and and have
please everybody go visit Phillip. So OGP.
A lot of the movies we talked about on mine we did not talk about over here, so there's stuff over there to see.
Yeah, one or two, just so we had a little kind of in common type of thing with the movies, but then that's why I pulled a bunch of them, because you did them too, so I just didn't want to just to be repetitive. So
yeah,
those I could just do on a different video. So okay.
Right on.
All right, everybody. So down below will be the link to Phillip's video. So click on that, please.
Right on. Yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been fun. And we'll have to do it again with some Krampus movies or something, right?
Yeah. I got my Krampus film sitting right there.
Nice.
All ready to go. So, okay, everybody. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Have a good Christmas and all of that type of stuff. So give a thumbs up. Give a share. Let us know some of your favorite Christmas movies or Christmas movies you hate down in the comments down there, and everything else that you're supposed to do.
Oh, I never addressed. I had the poll question on my video, and I never addressed that poll question again. I wonder if I can still see that the results, if we could maybe kind of pull that up like really quickly or something to see how that went. It was pretty close to 50-50, but the question was a movie we did not really talk about here. Terrifier 3, is it an instant horror classic? And where are my comments? It won't let me see them right now. I don't know why. So I can't find the poll, unfortunately. But at one point we were looking, and we had 31 votes, and it was 45% no, Terrifier 3 was not an instant horror classic. And then it was 55%, or no, it was 55 saying no, it was not an instant horror classic.
Right.
45 saying it was an instant horror classic. So yeah, let us know in the comments down below. Do you think Terrifier 3 is a instant horror classic that we should be watching every year for Christmas as a Christmas horror?
Yeah, make that the new Die Hard.
Yeah.
Or Die Hard 2. Well, not to watch, but as a discussion.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes. It'll be the argument for the foreseeable future, whether it's one of the classics or not. I don't know why, and I can't see why it won't. This stupid video should show like the comment section, but it's not. And I would like to see the results of the poll. I'm sorry. I thought I would just easily be able to pull that up, but it's not showing there. So
that's okay. The question is still out there. If people would like to comment below, you know, yes, it is an instant classic, or no, it is not an instant classic. So yeah, very easy stuff. So all right, everybody, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Phillip, for being here. I really appreciate it. And we will see you on the next video, and which could be in the next few days, I think. So we'll see what happens. So all right, everybody. Bye.
Cool. See you guys.
Everybody. Bye.